and I went to just ordinary schools. I left school at 14, and then I turned around and got a job. I turned around and I went part-time in the fire service. Then I went full-time in the fire service. And then I got itchy feet and turned around, and just before I was 18, we decided we'd go and join the RAF. But the RAF didn't want us because we was too young. So my friend and I, we went into the recruiting office and we turned out we signed up for the Navy. That's how I come to join the Navy. After a few weeks I had me calling up papers to go down to HMS Ganges, which I did my shore-based training. Once I'd done my shore-based training, I went to Chatham. And from Chatham then I turned out and picked my first draft up, which was the destroyer HMS Walker. It was a very old ship when I turned out and seen it. I turned out and it was hard laying ship, which they gave you extra money because they was old and everything was water on it and everything. But my first journey then was up to Scotland, where we, being a new crew, we had to turn and all get together and find out which jobs we was all doing, which was called working up. After working up, I went to Londonderry, and then we turned in and we docked at Londonderry, and then I ran from Londonderry to Gibraltar on escort duties with convoys. I'd done 3 of those, and then we went then to Scotland. Then we got fitted out with cold weather gear, and so then we knew that we were going to Russia. So then we turned out and I was at the beginning of the Arctic convoys. The Arctic convoys started pretty easy, but as the year went on, weather changed. Seas changed. Seas were that horrendous that you couldn't see out the top. And when the force of the waves hit the bows, you thought you wasn't going back up again. But you did. And then turned around, and I'd done so many journeys then to Russia, then we lost one officer overboard. He was coming from the wardroom to the bridge, and he got swept overboard with rough seas, never to be seen again. We turned round then, carried on our interviews, and turned round and we then went backwards and forwards from Cork to Scapa Flow, picked up the convoy to Russia. We used to go up to the Kola Inlet, we used to go up to Poliano, and we used to turn around and unload all the convoys at Poliano and wait then for a return journey. We did this about 6, 7 times, so, you know, sometimes weather was worse than others. Sometimes we had to chip the ice off, which you had a rope round you and you go on the forecastle and had a chipping hammer and turned around and started chipping ice off. But nobody thought no more of it. You was young and you didn't think about dying.
No.
You knew you could die, but you never thought about it, sort of thing. But it was very cold. The gear you got in them days wasn't like it is now. It was just an old duffel coat, sea boot stockings and sea boots, and probably a woolly hat. But we turned out and we came out of Poliano there, typical convoy up, and all of a sudden we had a report there that a ship had been torpedoed. And we steamed to this ship that had been torpedoed. It was a freighter called Thomas Hayter. And on board that ship was a load of Russian sailors. And they were coming back to England, taking passage on there to pick up the Royal Sovereign, which we was going to give them. There were so many lost, and we picked up 43 we picked up 22 and HMS Whitehall picked up 21. So we had those on board. We also had 12 Yanks on board because they'd turned out and just took up a cruiser called HMS Missouri, and they presented that to the Russian Navy. So of course we was a bit overcrowded coming back. But nevertheless, that was one of the incidents we had. There are lots of incidents as you go along, like, because once you got off the coast of Norway, you had the aircraft. That's nothing. It turned out you had the aircraft come in, and you've still got your submarines to look after. So you were sweeping all the time and looking for aircraft. Which was weather, you just took it as it was. They say, all right, Northern Lights. They were nice to look at, you know, but in the wrong perspective. But we got past all these journeys safely, so we couldn't grumble. We turned out, morale was good. Russian people was good the other side when we got there, very friendly, very poor, got nothing like we had, I suppose. But then again, we turned out and we went on shore and had a little kick-about with the football, and that was it. Back again, pick up another convoy, back again, return to Russia, pick up another convoy, and that's how you went. But with the horrendous seas, it's impossible to describe them sometimes, because that's when you were frightened, because you didn't know whether you were going to sink. We hit one storm which was turned out one of the worst storms in the Arctic. They turned out now. The convoy was dispersed. They were blew all over the place. We was left alone like a lot more. And with the crushing of the waves, it bent the stanchions in the mess deck. So you can tell now, you being a sailor, you know what a stanchion is. So the folks who was caving in. So anyway, we turned out and thought, well, we was making for the Faroe Islands. But we wasn't. We was nearer Iceland. So we took into Iceland, where Iceland then they turned out and shored the bows on that up with big timbers. And that's how we turned out and stayed until the end of the war.
Good grief.
We still kept sailing with these big timbers, propping the deck up. But we left Russian convoys then to go to D-Day. And we went to D-Day, and we turned out and took the Americans over to D-Day, to the beach. After that, we turned out and we came back and done patrol service, and then we went back, and then we went back on Arctic convoys. And of course that was getting then to the end of the war. So we ceased then, when the war finished. The ship went into Derry, and then we turned out and started to pay the ship off. So we went up to Newcastle, over in Furness, and turned out and paid the ship off there. So I was one about the last to leave, but it was a happy ship. You know, a very happy ship. A lot of memories. And a lot of things going on. And that's all I can turn out and tell you about HMS Walker.
Thank you.
After that, I turned out and went back into barracks, and then I got a draft ship then to Malta. And then I turned out and went on minesweepers then. So I turned out and picked up a minesweeper and swept all up the North African coast right up to Egypt, Alexandria. And come back then and swept all up the Aegean and all up the Adriatic. And then it was nearly time then to go back into Malta. Then in 1946, I made my way home to get demobbed.
Oh, right.
And that's what I can tell you now.
Thanks.
But I've got now what I will show you in my bag now. It'll interest you a lot. And you might get some more out of what I've been saying because it'll give you on these sheets a bit more history than probably I've given to you. You're right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, lovely. What sort of things did the convoys carry?
The convoys carried everything from tanks to food.
Yeah?
Yes, everything. Armaments, guns, you name it. The convoys took everything up that the Russians wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they lost quite a lot though, didn't they?
Oh,
I
yes.
mean, you know,
You lost a lot. To turn
Yeah.
in, there wasn't too many ships lost, but there's incidents when there were a lot lost.
yeah.
And then you was lucky if you. I think I was one of the lucky ones because I did all those journeys and got
never,
away
never
with
got a
it.
scratch.
And
Yeah.
got away with it, as you say. You know,
Well, that's right.
that's the luck of the game, I suppose.
It
The luck
is,
of
I
the
suppose.
draw.
Yes.
We was
Yeah.
in the right place at the right time. Where some of them got torpedoed,
Yeah.
we missed them. We turned out we were still chasing them.
Yeah.
But
All right.
then I came back after the war then and turned out came back into Civvy Street.
A bit of difference there then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned out I don't know whether I wished I'd have stayed in the Navy
Yeah.
or what. But
Well. Yes.
I turned out I was a volunteer. I was an HO, which means hostilities only.
Yes.
So I mean I wasn't signing on for regular.
No. Yeah.
But I had an interest in life,
Yes.
very interesting. Met some nice people, big friendly people,
Yeah.
wherever you went. And since the war, I can't grumble at the
No.
Russians. And my favourite man, you might not like him, but my favourite man that I liked was Gorbachev.
Is it? Yeah. Oh, the one with the strawberry mark on his head.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he was the man that first gave us an award.
Oh, was he? Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
He gave us a medal,
Very
which
good.
they said
Yeah.
we couldn't have at one time. You know, that was the first. That wasn't a commemorative medal.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Like a 50 years thing.
a what's the name medal.
Yeah. Yeah.
It turned out the same as the Kuskov medal.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but
Oh,
the
right.
rest of the medals are all commemorative medals.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I s- Yeah.
those are action medals.
Uh-huh. I see from your jacket you got lots of medals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it turned out I've got a load of stars that are
Yeah.
and then different campaigns.
Oh, are they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a defence medal and then there's a single service medal.
Mm-hmm.
And so I joined up in 43, so I was entitled to
All of
come
them.
in at 43
Oh, I see.
and
Yeah.
get the 43
Uh-huh.
medal, like, you know.
Oh, right.
That, a lot of people didn't get.
No. No, the ones that came in afterwards, obviously
Yeah.
not, but yeah. Uh-huh.
But when I first met then, where I turned out and they wouldn't give us a medal at first, English people.
No.
They gave us a little badge. They turned out and you could buy them over the counter for a shilling, I suppose.
Oh, dear.
Well,
Yeah,
they're not very
that's
big, they
that's
weren't,
not
you
good,
know.
is it?
You know, like
No.
these pin badges
Yeah.
they sell.
I know what you mean,
It was
yeah.
like that, and of course everybody complained about it.
Well, yeah.
And then the government turned out, and, well, the Navy man took it up. And then in the end, they gave us a medal.
They did. Yes.
They gave us a medal. But they wouldn't give us, the Russians give us a medal because they hadn't given us one. The Australians,
Yeah.
Canadians, and all the rest could have this Kuskov medal,
Oh, right. Yeah.
but we couldn't.
Oh,
They stopped it.
pathetic.
They turned out because
Uh-huh.
they turned out and said something, but they hadn't given us a medal in their own right. But after that, I went to London and turned out, I'll show you the photographs, and
Yeah.
turned out, Admiral Leach, he turned out, he gave us the Arctic Convoy Medal, British.
Yeah.
And then turned out, the following year, I went to London to the 9th of May, and turned in, and then we went on HMS Belfast,
Oh yeah.
and there I was presented with the Yuskov Medal. That was by the Russian ambassador gave me that. I turned around, so then that completed the set, like,
Yes.
you know, pretty well. And then this time now, I just turned out and got the 60th anniversary medal
Yeah.
from the Russians. But they are very good.
Yeah.
The people you can't fault.
No.
When we've been up to London, and the youngsters are very interested in what you do, and what
Yeah.
you did. Young girls as much as young boys. As a young boy, I'd think, well, he's, you know, of myself, I was thinking of myself, and he joined the ATC, he's in the Air Force Cadets,
Yeah.
and he's been up in a plane.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and he turned around and he said, then I said, you're flying solo. And he turned around and the pilot cut the engine out and he said, oh, the engine's failed. And he said, it frightened me to death.
Yeah. I bet. Yeah.
You know, playing a joke on him. But as I say, you can't beat the friendship that you get on May the 9th, no matter where you go.
Yeah.
And the hospitality is out of this world. Right.
And
I think,
yeah.
you know, I think that's said as much as I can tell you in the moment. But I'd like you to look at a few things now.
yes. Okay.
And probably you'll get a few more.
Just one other
Details,
Do you keep in contact with any of the people that you served with? Do you
Oh, yeah, I still, well, after 70 years when I went to London to pick up my Arctic medal, they called their names out and they called your ship out. They called Albert Fowler, HMS Walker. Then they called Leslie Perks, HMS Walker. And now we turned and we got together and I'll show you photographs of him, which he gave me years ago, and turned out, and he was the man that took her with a little box camera on board.
Yeah.
And he turned out, and we hadn't met for 70 years. We left the ship in 1945, and I hadn't seen Albert again till that day.
Yeah.
So we turned and of course we had a little celebration drink
Absolutely. yes. Yes.
afterwards.
Yeah.
And we keep in touch.
You do.
Yeah, we keep in touch. We went down to Eastbourne to a reunion and we had a weekend together down there.
Yeah.
And then we went somewhere else and then of course we meet on May the 9th as well.
Yeah.
That's the fellow I was trying to get hold of you,
Yes.
but he kept
He kept disappearing.
turning out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Sorry. Yeah.
Is there anything else that, you know, you turn and just ask me and I'll try to answer it to the best I can.
That's all right. Yeah. No. Thank you very much. That's it. For now. For a minute.
Yeah.